artist who doesn't have a lot of back followers yet, because we're all looking for likes as artists, social media. How do they use those likes to convert them into subscribers?
I don't, you know what? I'm the furthest from tech. This is so weird that I'm, leveraging a tech business, but I'm the furthest from a tech person. The likes and all that stuff. I just think people pay for your content. So if you go to the theater and see a movie, are you a like to that movie?
Right.
Or you just want to see the movie?
Yeah.
Right. So I don't believe in, I think they've put a lot of words around tech to make it complicated for us to access.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you talk about, people say, no disrespect to the podcast, but what is a podcast?
Right.
It's
Right.
not a new medium.
Yeah.
No.
It's not
just,
radio
right.
or television or film. It's just content that you put on a device.
Right.
I'm sure Apple is happy.
Right.
I always
they're
say,
thrilled.
Right.
what's jacuzzi? If I
Right.
say, let's go jump in the jacuzzi. Jacuzzi is a hot tub.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So jacuzzi is a brand.
Yeah.
Right.
So Apple's happy that everybody's calling it a podcast.
Right. You're
So
right.
it's all about branding and it's all about trickery of the mind. I want to take content and just make it clean.
Right.
And with iStar, and I'm not like a salesman or anything, but I'll just tell the
okay.
truth.
Yeah.
With iStar, it's clean and transparent.
Right.
If you come in and people pay $1.99, you get $1.
Yeah.
Right.
It's simple, and you can see your analytics. You can see it's no algorithm, and let's see if you hit a certain. What do you get paid for YouTube?
So, but get
Yeah,
this,
'cause
Mark. It's almost like you can really see how much someone really likes you on iStar.
Right. Yeah.
If they're going to pay, if you're that likable, then they'll pay $1 for it to
They'll
see
pay
your
$1.
content. If your content is that valuable, and then also in the sense that you've been giving it away for free. If you get $1 for 10 of them and you gave 100 for free, you still have more money than you did for the 100 you gave for free.
And
with the 10,
it's also another way to look at it
right.
too. You could also have, because I still think there's going to be a need to be on the billion platform, but you can use that as the entry and say, this is for the exclusive,
Well,
exclusive
absolutely.
audience. There
That's
you go.
what
That could
we're
be another
saying.
way.
Exactly,
Like,
because
right.
it's not for everybody.
Right.
You know,
Right.
if you want to.
It's like the breaking content that you have that you have that interview that you
Right.
don't want to have on YouTube and don't want to have free, but people want to see it.
But everybody won't come, and we don't
Right,
want
and that's
everybody
true.
to come.
Yeah.
Just
That's
like
true.
everybody, if you do a concert, everybody's not coming.
No.
But you just want to fill a place with the people who do want to come.
The first rule of marketing is know your audience and
Know
its
your audience.
recipients.
And when I started,
Specific.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. When I started here doing comedy shows, I was worried one night because Eddie Murphy was going to be at the Coliseum Arena, and my place held 500, but the Coliseum held 25,000.
Right.
Right.
If 25,000 people wanted to come to my little 500-seat place, they couldn't get in anyway.
Right.
And I sold out, and he sold out, and everybody was happy.
Yeah.
So I see it the same way. You're going to have an exclusive audience that really wants to see your material. Maybe that's bigger, maybe that's smaller. And for people that don't have as many followers, I don't get that, because it's like if you think you're an entertainer, if you think you have great content,
Right.
if you can't get people to like you, or if you can't get people to consume your content,
Yeah.
then maybe you're not that good. So maybe you should spend some time developing your
Right.
content.
Right.
Versus, because if your friend, you can't even get your friends to come,
Yeah.
who's gonna
Right.
come? Your enemies?
Right.
So,
Good point.
that's how that works.
Because YouTube is not paying you for your content; they're paying you as a conduit for advertisers. Like the more, if you have,
They're not even paying you; they're just making their money.
Yeah, they're just making money. So they're
Right.
almost giving. Here's a little money back to you for allowing us to use your content
Right.
to sell what
Oh,
we
sure.
want to sell.
If you
So-
if you have enough followers.
Yeah, if you have, and it's a threshold.
Yep.
So they're using your stuff for free until you meet a threshold of subscribers, and there's subscribers on there too. They're just free.
But they're using ads on there for you. They can put ads on any of your content that they want to and not give you anything.
$1.99. People are ask me how Apple Music is $9.99. Tidal is $9.99 a month. If people doing that just to have access to music they already had in their phone. So, like you said, if you have content that's viable, $1.99, nobody's like, I'm not gonna go over there because it's YouTube is giving it for free.
Well, just to clarify, when you say YouTube is using, YouTube owns your content.
Yeah.
Right.
Once you put it on
Right.
there and they can do whatever they want with it, you don't own it anymore.
Right. That part of it
You
too.
can use, you're using your
Right.
content
You're using
at
your
that
content.
point,
Right.
Yeah.
but they're monetizing it and they own it. So with iStar, it's that $1.99.
You own your content.
You get the $1. You own your ads. You own your channel. Here's a channel. What will you do with it? All
Okay.
this. I need the opportunity, and I need to.
Yeah.
Well, here it is.
That's a good one.
Right.
That's the sales pitch right there. Yeah.
The mic is dropped.
Yeah, nothing else to say.
Okay, Mark, let's just go about Afro Tech in Oakland, because we were talking about this was Oakland 24/7.
Yeah.
Now we have this Afrotech here, so this younger generation is seeing what we grew up with here in Oakland.
Yeah,
Like, let's talk about some Oakland stuff here.
I think it's
Afrotech.
kind of dope because
Yeah.
what's crazy about it is I was driving down the street and I'm used to seeing. Can I say this? I'm
Say
used to
it.
seeing
Say it, man.
a whole
Yes.
lot of white people like,
Yeah.
in
We like-
strollers
you
and
like-
art museums, and then here come all these black kids.
You're
and
like,
like,
woo.
what's up, man? And they look like they have some consciousness.
Yeah.
Even my man V Mays, who was here with his app for Afrotech, I don't know how he got in the tech business because that's another story. But even he's here, so it's really invigorating
Right.
an audience here that I think that of all places in the tech atmosphere in the Silicon Valley, let's get out of the valley and get up on the hill. And I think Oakland can be the hill,
Right.
but we have to memorialize it ourselves. It can't just be Afrotech for one event.
Right.
What
Right.
did we leave behind? And
Yeah.
so
Right.
even as a concert promoter, when I did that back in the day and we toured, I said, well, we can rape and pillage the country. We can get in and out and we're
Right.
done. But what did we leave behind to keep the fans invigorated for the next time we come
Right.
back?
Right.
So what is Afrotech? Maybe you guys can tell me because I don't know.
Right.
What is Afrotech really? What are they drilling down on that we can build on until the next Afrotech? And when it comes back, it just grows.
Well, we can find out. Well, one, I'm the chair of the Afro-American Chamber of Commerce, and we're on there.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, thank you.
Yeah, it was chair.
Call me
I know,
Madam
right?
Chair. Yeah, so
Madam Chairperson.
Over Oakland.
So we are one of the community advisory partners in it, so we could follow up with that question about what, because they committed to 2 years. So they're going to be back next year. So this is a relationship that will be ongoing. So Visit Oakland, everybody's been committed with them for this 2 years. So they came in and said, we want to come to Oakland and we're going to be here for 2 years.
Is there a founder or a board?
Yes,
or?
it's the young woman, Morgan, is the
Yes.
From
Blavity.
Blavity, yeah.
Her
Blavity.
Blavity company.
A lot
Oh
of
yeah,
black
you
stuff
should
going
know that
on
because it's
now.
entertainment too.
Yeah.
She does all this on. She was
Yeah.
from the tech world. She did it in San Francisco for like 3 years. Realized like, why am I bringing this to San Francisco? This is all Oakland. Like it's
Right.
black and
Yeah.
tech. It should be in Oakland,
Yeah.
which put her on a whole nother map for how Oakland
Is she
does.
from Oakland?
Right.
No, she's not from Oakland.
but
She's from,
she's
but
just
she
smart.
worked in
You see
Silicon
it's
Valley.
fertile ground here, like even as artists, they were Too Short isn't really from Oakland, not born and raised, but he's from Oakland, so
Right.
he's attached to Oakland. E40 is not from Oakland, he's from Vallejo, but he's attached to Oakland because Oakland has a
that
viable
history.
Yeah.
history to it. So if you say you're from Oakland, they're like, oh, you
Yeah.
got credibility all of a
Yep.
sudden.
Yeah, it does give you
Yeah,
something.
and Afrotech.
I'm really from Oakland.
Yeah.
No, and
We
we
do.
are
Yeah,
too.
I'm really-
And we know how that
Yeah,
goes
we know
because
that
that's
goes.
our
Born and
first
raised.
question.
I'm
Anybody.
adopted.
And
Yeah,
then
there you go.
once you
That's
say
okay.
you're from Oakland, the next question is, what's the next?
What part?
That and then what high school?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
you sound like Cincinnati.
That
Cincinnati,
is
that's what
so
Cincinnati
Oakland.
does. That's Cincinnati too.
Yeah.
But
They
Cincinnati
don't
don't.
even care. Seriously, they don't even care what college you went to. People ask
Yeah,
us
everyone
what
what high
school
school
you
went to
So-
because that's when you know
Yeah.
you're really from
Yeah.
Oakland.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good to know.
I'm actually going to see the Isaac brothers. They're from Cincinnati. You like?
Yeah, they are. They are.
Well,
So
now the music, there are a lot of music from Ohio. So, were the Ohio players really from Ohio?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Was
no, I know
Lakeside
Ohio.
from Chicago? Not to deviate, but just
You
really.
went
But
all
I
over.
just thought about it because I was in Chicago
Oh.
and I'm like, Lakeside. I wonder if Lakeside was from Chicago.
Well, they got lakesides all over.
I know,
They're
but
I don't
you
think
know.
they meant that. Next.
Y'all don't know anyway.
So, what does success look like 10 years from now? What does success look like for the platform?
For iStar?
Yeah.
Oh, 10 years from now?
Yeah.
I think it'll evolve into actual bigger entities leveraging the platform because there's some intellectual property and there's some new tech in the that exists in the platform that'll continue to evolve. So, and I think that because there's no limitations in terms of the content you could post,
Right.
I think that there'll be larger platforms like other networks and other entities taking advantage of the platform.
And by the way, I think you're on the right path too, because data, people calling data the new oil, it actually surpassed the price of oil. So it is very, very valuable. That being said, I do believe there will be a hard turn at some point, given how much data, how much people have put out there,
Yeah.
that people are going to want to both protect their privacy and want to know that they're getting value for their content.
Right.
So I do believe, I don't know when that turn happens, but I do believe it's going to happen, particularly with this new generation who have grown up, who have already seen what's happened and don't want to give away all their data,
Yeah.
all their content for free, just to be exploited to use by others.
Well, one downside of this generation, I think, even though they're mavericks in this space,
Yeah.
they still operating somewhat in fear. because they
Explain.
think, oh, I have to do it. If I'm doing a podcast, I have to do a podcast, and they call it that, and they memorialize it at that, and they brand it as that. They're just branding Apple's technology.
Right.
So if you're doing, oh, I got a YouTube thing, or they're branding these companies, and they're just companies.
Right.
They're just companies.
We gotta get that off
I
the
think the upside of iStar is iStar doesn't want to be in the front. iStar wants to be the Uber or the Airbnb. You know, Uber, you know, they are the biggest transportation company in the world now.
Correct.
But they own no transportation.
Right.
You know, Airbnb is the biggest real estate company in the world, but they own no property.
Right.
iStar will be the biggest platform for intellectual property, but it will own none of your property.
So how do people learn about you? Where do they go?
They go over on 98.
Not you, Marcus. Not you, Marcus.
Yeah.
But quick question before you get.
But wait,
to-
the iStar part you
iStar.
got to say because
Yeah,
it's tricky
iStar.
how to
That's what I'm
find
asking
iStar. It's not
Well-
as obvious as you
Well,
think.
you can go to iStar now, but it's still in the beta. We're still developing some new things.
So what will it be? iStar.com, and what's it going to be?
With a Z.
It's iStar.com right now, or
Okay.
it's actually iStar.io because that's
Okay.
the new tech
Right.
thing we
Oh,
have
that's
to do.
even
To,
before
you know,
com.
we're ahead
So it's
of the game.
beta. So we're before even release. Okay.
Well,
Now-
it's out
It's
there,
out there.
and
Yeah.
it's still,
It's still
you know,
working
we're
out.
kicking the tires on it. We're actually gonna. I call him the big domino that I can't talk about right now.
All right,
But
all
we're
right.
landing the big domino, and I think all
Hey,
the other
don't tell him,
dominoes
Mike.
will
Don't tell
fall.
him. We're gonna tell him.
Yeah.
We're gonna make an
Yeah.
announcement. You guys, that means you gotta have me back.
Yeah, of
That means you
course.
gotta have
Big
some
domino.
water in these cups.
We'll have a
the
little
big six to the
champagne.
board.
We'll have
Tell him,
champagne
Mark.
for that
Okay.
one.
I'm the big six to the board. I'm just wear that on my shirt.
You're the big six.
Big
Yeah,
six.
Okay.
Yeah. But is there a limit on the range, the minutes that you could put? Like, can you know, because some of them you can only
YouTube
YouTube
and
when
minutes.
not iStar.
Oh, Instagram.
Instagram started. It was you can only do 60 seconds. Then they got up to 5 minutes. Then they got to unlimited. So
Well,
is it
it's kind of cool because it's a dual platform. So it's kind of a social media type platform that you communicate back and forth, and
Okay.
you can record up to 10 minutes on that platform. And on the, let's call it the YouTube platform, you can record endlessly not endlessly, but up to 5 hours as many times
okay.
as you want.
So you can have
there's no
full-length
limit.
feature films.
Right.
You can have
on there.
War and
Right.
Peace on there if you
Right.
want, and do a million War and Pieces if
Okay.
you want. So there's no limitation to it.
Oh,
No, that's awesome.
So that's
Yeah.
why some proprietary tech that's kind of
All
cool
right.
that,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
want to
Yep.
make sure we leverage.
And the quality.
Well, if you wanna really change things, we have to get more people into tech. We have to
Yeah.
really begin to disrupt these industries.
Yeah.
As I said often, look, nobody's coming for us.
Yeah.
No matter who's in the White House, State House,
Okay. Yeah.
we have to do more to make sure we're empowering our own community and recognizing our own value. When
Exactly.
you talk about artists,
Yeah.
a lot of artists are black. Like we do that. I can argue. I think we do that better than anybody.
Oh, yeah.
And
We
we just
everything better than anybody. I argue that.
yeah, so we got at least, but we have to recognize our value and
Right.
value each other and recognize that value. So
Yeah.
that's what we're about, trying to disrupt the narratives and constructs. And I thank you for what you do and what's Sibling Rivalry. This was fun. We have to probably do this again.
Yeah,
Thank you
this
for
was
coming out. And Marcus King, I always thank you for
But
coming on.
what, can
the
I
podcast.
ask a question?
Nope.
Since you guys, what's the rivalry? Do you understand the rivalry?
See, that's
See-
the thing.
see, the what?
Tell him.
Not Philly.
The
Go ahead.
what?
Yeah.
Sibling rivalry, it depends on what day it is.
Yeah.
It could be a question mark, it could be an exclamation point.
That's why folks are
we-
drawn to it because they're like, you guys don't have a rivalry. That's why it is. But you don't know us all the time.
But
We-
it-
we can
yeah,
rival
'cause
about
we're
something.
family.
I have
Yeah.
a rivalry with my sister, but
Yeah,
we still
see,
love
every,
each other.
and every
Yeah.
sibling has some
You
type of
have
rivalry.
moments.
Yeah.
We're close, so people always say you our families are so
Yeah.
close, so there's no rivalry. But of course there's. But we
Of
did a
course there
fun
is.
one last month. We did a 30-day challenge,
Yeah.
Yeah.
weight loss challenge, a wellness challenge.
Yep.
Oh.
So
And it was like the man,
Anybody
sister
Can I ask
against
who won?
brother.
Anybody want that? Ain't bring no skill. She said, look, she did.
It was a great equalizer.
She did the challenge when
We
I was
became
going
well
to
minded.
Nashville, New Orleans, and Atlanta
Yeah.
in the same 30 days. I was like, I'm just trying not to come back fat.
So you went to those states, and she
And she
didn't
stayed
win.
here with the
Live.
trainer and everything.
Okay, I won't get into it. 'cause
Yeah,
I'm gonna
exactly.
be
But what we
misogynistic
did come
if I
about
do.
is about wellness. It was about mental wellness
Right.
and physical. It's about feeling good about yourself and not being so worried about the scale. Like we're
And-
at that point in life.
Shonda, we're going to tell them what sibling rivalry is really what?
It's all about love.
There it is.
And so for
that's
mine's
how
pretty
we close
simple.
it
It's all
out.
about disrupting the constructs that are painted out there. Period.
Okay.
You need some cups because
Yeah.
in ass you.
Well,
Yep.
so yeah, we're on What's Sibling Rivalry right now.
Put it in
And
there.
we're closing it out.
Simple.
And we're going, the final word is, it's all about love.